you told me before that a lot of people get it messed up because even what they can get away with now, they can't scale and get away with it.
Yeah, we was talking about like return on ad spend. Like somebody spend, they getting a 3 or a 5. Let's say they getting a 5x ROAS, right?
Right.
Cause that sound real sexy. 5x ROAS, but they spending $100 a day. Spend $1,000 a day and see what happens. Spend $10,000 a day and see what's gonna happen. The chances of you maintaining a 5x return on ad spend from $100 a day to $10,000 a day is not impossible. But the probability, because I'm a math dude, right? I'm a data guy. I'm into the numbers, right? The probabilities dramatically come down. So that's really what's happening, and people don't understand that. They thinking, oh, I'm getting a 5x return, but then if you try to scale it up, that ain't gonna maintain. Now you might just be happy with putting $100 in, getting $500 back every day, But if you want to get froggy with it and really go hardcore with it, that's probably not gonna maintain that scale. It just don't work like that. That's when this stuff starting to come into the play, where you understanding your LTVs and your AOVs, all of these different names. It's a bunch of terms, but like it confuses a lot of people because I just feel like the way that this stuff is shared is complicated for whatever reason. So I'm just trying to figure out how to simplify the concepts down. But to me, it's pretty simple. Get a customer, sell them more stuff. That's how you build a sustainable business. If you can bake in all of your costs up front when you get them on the first transaction, if you can recoup on the first transaction, the rest of it is gravy train. Obviously, you got expenses. You got to run your company. You got to do all of that stuff. But that's the essence of it. But yeah, like the point you was making is just like that we were talking about is like at scale, whatever you're doing is probably not gonna work at scale. And when I say scale, I'm talking 5-6 figures a day stuff, like to me. Like, because I understand some people say they want to scale and they might want to go from $100 a day to $1,000. And that's great, because that's was a time to me that scale was that.
Right.
But in my mind, when I say scale now, I'm talking about like really, really big numbers. But even from 100 to 1,000, if you 5 or 10x your spend, chances are you're gonna get a dramatically, the bigger that spend goes, the more that those numbers are no longer gonna work anymore. The probabilities just get lower and lower and lower that it's gonna maintain. That's just the truth. That's just the math, right?
When you talking 100,000, 200,000 a day per day, what does that look like? I don't know what that look like.
The most I've personally spent in a day is 70,000. But I've been on teams where we were spending 200,000 a day. I mean, what does that look like?
Yeah, I
don't know how to explain it. It's almost like telling somebody. It's almost trying to explain to somebody. I have a fear of heights and I have a fear of that I want to overcome. But one of the things I want to do is like Great Barrier Reef and go scuba diving, right? Like try to explain that to somebody. If you've done that before, you can't explain it. It's almost one of the things where you got to see it for yourself. I don't know how to explain. I don't know.
But I'm assuming,
it's crazy.
And I'm assuming that all the numbers are super duper dialed in before you even go. I'm assuming
really,
it's not.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Man, it's just math.
Yeah.
You're just doing more math calculations on a day-to-day basis, right? So, for example, at $100 a day, statistical significance is the word, right? So I've been, I got a media buyer, I'm training another one right now, right? And I have to have them to go study these things: statistical significance, law of large numbers, which is insurance companies. They use law of large numbers for underwriting. But really, what are insurance companies, right? They're risk mitigators.
Right.
That's what they do. They're the best people in the world at mitigating risk. We're doing the same thing. It's just a different way of doing it. So the bigger the numbers get, the more significance that they have. But it's not necessarily because stuff is so dialed in.
Right.
You just can make faster decisions and you can have more confidence in the numbers that you see making those decisions. But it ain't got nothing to do with, because they just so super dialed in. You see on the back end of some of these companies, it's a mess times 10. If you're doing $2 million a year, multiply by 10, the company doing $20 million a year, they just got 10 times more mess. That's all it is. It's kind of by nature. I think almost by nature, like that's just the nature of companies, right? They're complex. And the bigger they get, the more complex that they get. So you don't really be dialed in. It be crazy. It be crazy stuff be going on. So it don't. It's not buttoned up like that. Most of the time, actually, the bigger they are, the worse it is. Cause you got us. You talking about taking a company from 0 to like 30 million, right? Or you talking about taking a company from 20 million to 100 million, like. That's a whole different ball game, bro. Like getting somebody from 0 to 6 figures is a Herculean effort, right? Mm-hmm. Getting them from 6 to 7 is as hard.
Right, yeah.
Getting them from 7 to 8 is even harder. Getting them from 8 to 9, I've never done that before, but it's almost insurmountable for me because I don't have all of the resources available to me to help someone do that. I'm just a piece of the puzzle, right? But if you're talking about 0 to 6 figures, I pretty much got everything. 7 figures, 8 figures, I probably got access to everything you would need at that level. When you start talking to 9 figures, I'm a cog in the machine at that point. Yeah. It's crazy. It's scary too, because it's like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like, until I do it, sometimes I'm not as confident that, you know what I'm saying? Until I actually do it, I'm like, man, this is gonna be, this is almost impossible. It almost feels impossible. Yeah. But having done it before, then it's like, okay, I did it before. I know I can do it again. Right. But until you did it, yeah. But now, like it ain't, bro. It's just 10 times more crap, 100 times more crap, bro. I'm telling you, bro, it ain't pretty, and people don't talk about that because they're on the ground and they're rolling in the car and they got this, that, and the third, and I get all of that. It sells, right? It is what it is. I mean, you do get. When you get to doing well, like you get the trappings of your success, but the other part of it too though is, what I learned from working with people and understanding is like, leadership at that level is where, you grow, your growth is really derived in the leadership because it roll downhill, right? You know what I mean? So that's really what I see that, that's where it's at because now you just spreading all of that stuff across a bunch of different people. It's just a bunch of other people just having to deal with your crap now, but the crap don't go away. Sometimes it get worse. Sometimes you open up a can of worms to new stuff that you haven't dealt with before because you're trying to get to this level now, you got to deal with it. Yeah. So, I wish it was like that. It's just not true, bro.
Hey guys, this is Lamar Tyler, creator and founder of Traffic, Sales, and Profit. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Then scroll down below because I have links to us, right? Me and Traffic Sales and Profit on our social platforms. I want to make sure you get all the free content, the free challenges, and information about our events. The best place to do that is on social. Joins tens of thousands of entrepreneurs just like you that are working to hit the next level in their businesses.